For Christmas this year, I'm giving every NBA team a present, but how good their present is depends on how good their team is. So for example, a team like the Philadelphia 76ers, they kind of got coal under the tree this year, if you will. They needed a little more shooting on the team, so I gave them old Ray Allen. But Detroit is so garbage that they need a Christmas miracle. I gave them prime Mike so he can attempt to save the team. Now that you all get the premise of the video, I want to go through these rosters. The Milwaukee Bucks, they're going to be adding Taj Gibson. They need a little help at the power forward. Jay Crowder is only a 76. Gibson isn't elite, but the Bucks are a great team, so they don't need too much more help. The Chicago Bulls are going to get Lonzo Ball back and playing at a very high level. Zoe is going to be an 88 overall. Lonzo was the glue that held this team together, and ever since his injury, nothing was the same. Shout out Drake. The Cleveland Cavaliers are kind of struggling this year. They need a small forward who can shoot and defend and is also a good glue guy, and Bruce Bowen is the perfect guy for that role. The Celtics are on a roll this season. They could use a decent backup big though, so I gave them Brendan Haywood. The Los Angeles Clippers have picked up things as of late. They could use a little bit more help at the 5 though, so I gave them Tyson Chandler. Chandler can be great in the pick and roll. He can score inside, rebound the ball, and also is elite defensively. Memphis needs some help at center, so I gave them Shaquille O'Neal. Right now, they're doing bad in the wins column, so they're able to add a really talented player in Shaq. Now, this isn't prime Shaq, it's a little bit older Shaquille, but they still get a really good big. The Hawks need a wing who can defend and shoot the ball at a high level. DeAndre Hunter is solid for sure, but a guy like Mark Aguirre can be even better than Hunter. The Heat have been good this season, but they could use another decent PG. I gave them old Jason Kidd. The Hornets have seen Mark Williams be a really good interior presence, but LaMelo needs a guy who he can throw it up to and he can just cook, and I think Alonzo Mourning can be that guy. The Utah Jazz need a better PG, and why not add the young Brody into the mix? 89 overall, can play make, can score inside at a high level. The Kings have been really good this year, but Harrison Barnes, he's down to a 77 in real life. I gave him a younger version of HB, who's an 80. The Knicks need RJ Barrett to play at a higher level, so I put him up to an 86 overall. Previously, RJ was an 81. LA has kind of teetered off since winning the in-season tournament. They recently got a win against OKC, but they could use some elite shooting, and Steve Smith should be able to bring exactly that. The Orlando Magic have been really good this year, but they don't have a center above 80 overall. I gave him Patrick Ewing, an older version of Pat, but Ewing actually spent some time with the Magic when he was old, so I thought it'd be a cool little storyline. The Dallas Mavericks could use a better starting power forward. Grant Williams is solid, but in the world of 2K, he's not going to be the player that he is in real life. So I gave him Heat legend, NBA legend, really, Udonis Haslem. And also, a great Christmas gift to me would be y'all hitting the subscribe button. I know it's corny, but I would appreciate it. We're trying to hit 100K in 2024. For the Nets, I gave him prime Ben Simmons. Simmons just hasn't been the same since that whole debacle where he passed out of the layup. Debacle is a fire vocab word. Denver's really good. They could use a better backup center. I gave him the greatest husband ever, Tristan Thompson. The Pacers have been good overall this year, but they've actually struggled since losing in the in-season tournament, and I thought it'd be a cool storyline. Bring PG back to Indiana. Now, that does not mean that I remove PG from the Clippers. It just means that there's 2 Paul Georges in the league now. New Orleans has a really well-rounded lineup, but I figure no team has too much shooting, so I added JJ Redick to the team. The Raptors need a better floor general, so why not bring Prime Lowry back to the 6? The Rockets just need a guy who they can go to get a bucket, so I upgraded Jalen Green to an 89 overall, making him a bona fide star. The Spurs need a competent point guard, so I gave him Tony Parker. The Suns need injuries to be off, and they will be in this video, but they could also use a solid starting small forward, and Sean Marion, the Matrix, should be able to be exactly that for them. The Thunder have been really good. They could use a better backup PG, so I gave them the Jet. The Timberwolves have been absolutely elite this season. I thought they could use a solid backup wing player, so I gave them old Shane Battier. The Blazers, they need a lot of help, but I thought that Scottie Pippen could be a great place to start. He's an elite wing player, can do a little bit of everything. The Warriors need Draymond to stop with the tomfoolery, man. It's really that simple. So I gave him the old version of Draymond, who was a little bit less of a menace and a little bit better at basketball. There's probably no saving this Wizards team, but they need somebody who can backpack, so I gave him Wilt Chamberlain. So without any more further ado, let's get into the simulation. Also, I hope you guys have a great Christmas if you're celebrating this year. Season is wrapped, they need to nerf Luka in the sim, man. 40, 10, and 10 is insane. Check out Scottie Pippen winning the Defensive Player of the Year, making his impact felt in Portland. And RJ Barrett with his boosted overall wins Most Improved Player. The All-NBA first team looks pretty normal. Besides Wilt Chamberlain being here, he averaged 28 points, 15 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 blocks per night. Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen made the All-NBA second team. Mike gave the Pistons 24, 6, and 6 with 2 steals. And look at Ben Simmons, man. All-NBA third team. Benjamin is back. Here are your all-defensive teams. Mike and Pippen made it. And there's Shawn Marion as well. The Matrix had a really good season in Phoenix. And checking out some of the top teams in each conference, out east we did not have one 50-win team, but the best team in the East was the Cleveland Cavaliers with the addition of Bruce Bowen. At number 2 was the Indiana Pacers with Paul George coming in and making a big impact. The Bulls came in 3rd with Lonzo Ball playing some good basketball. The Sixers didn't really add anybody crazy. They got old Ray Allen, but they ended up making the 4 seed. At 5, you had the Milwaukee Bucks with Taj Gibson joining in the lineup. The Washington Wizards ended up as the 6th seed. Wilt Chamberlain really made his impact felt. Out west, you had the Dallas Mavericks coming in at number 1. The addition of Udonis Haslem, it's the UD effect, man. They did their thing. The Clippers with Tyson Chandler running the 5 had a great season. They just needed that front court presence. The Blazers came in 3rd. Scottie Pippen should have been the MVP, man. He came in, made a huge impact. Also, the Blazers picked up Debo. I think they traded away Malcolm Brogdon to get DeRozan, yeah, because as you can see, Brogdon is in Chicago now. At 4th in the West, you got the Denver Nuggets with Tristan Thompson running some backup center. The Lakers, after picking up Steve Smith, finished as the 5th seed. And the Phoenix Suns with the Matrix finished in 6th. Alright, now that we've gone over the standings real quickly, we're going to get into round 1. And if we get any Game 7s, I'll be sure to hop into the Simcast. So we did not get any Game 7s, but round 1 was pretty crazy. The Memphis Grizzlies, who were the 8th seed, upset the number 1 seeded Dallas Mavericks, led by MVP Luka. Also, the 7th seeded Hornets came out the play-in and beat the Pacers in 5, who were the 2 seed. And the Washington Wizards ended up upsetting the Chicago Bulls. The Wizards, remember, have Wilt Chamberlain. Also, Phoenix upset Portland. Alright, now that that's all out the way, let's check out our matchups. We got Denver taking on the Memphis Grizzlies here. Remember, the Grizz, they've got old Shaq. He's going to have to try and hold down Jokic. Clippers taking on the Phoenix Suns here in the Western Conference. This is going to be a battle of 2 pretty stacked squads. Out east, we've got Cleveland taking on Philadelphia. Let me tell y'all, 2K loves some Philadelphia 76ers basketball. The Sixers are great in the sim. And then our final matchup is the Wizards taking on the Hornets. The battle of the bigs, Wilt versus Alonzo Mourning. And we've got 2 Game 7s in round number 2. The first one we're going to be checking out is between the Suns and the Los Angeles Clippers. I had a feeling this one was going to be a battle, and here we are, Game 7 on the way. And the Phoenix Suns are going to win by 15 points in Game 7. Paul George tried his best for the Clippers, but it's not going to be enough. Marion comes up big with 28 points. Book drops 33, and the Suns get a dub. Now, we've got a Game 7 between the Cavs and the Sixers. And this one is going to be all Cleveland. They get a blowout dub. Donovan Mitchell drops 45 to lead Cleveland to the conference finals. So now our conference finals are set. We've got a lot of low seeds making it. The 1-seeded Cavs are taking on the 7-seeded Charlotte Hornets. Wouldn't it be crazy to see the Hornets get a ring? And then we've got the Phoenix Suns taking on the Memphis Grizzlies, a 6 versus 8 matchup in the conference finals. The Suns are going to take care of the Grizz in 5 games, and we've got a Game 7 coming up between Cleveland and Charlotte. Can the Hornets make the finals? It looks like LaMelo Ball and Alonzo Mourning are gonna have a chance to punch their ticket to the finals. Down by 3 points here, a little over 2 minutes to go. LaMelo gonna give it down to Alonzo Mourning. Mourning fakes the post fade. Now he's gonna slow it down. He swings it over to Mark Williams. Williams in the corner, posts it up on Jarrett Allen, gives it out to LaMelo. LaMelo, with the shot clock starting to tick down, finds Brandon Miller. Nice feed, and the Hornets are within 1. If you're Charlotte, you're looking for a stop here. Darius Garland bringing it up, swings it over to D. Mitch. Mitchell gives it over to Jarrett Allen. Allen now gives it to Garland. Garland, some room in the mid-range, but he misses. Allen snags the rebound, gives it out to Mobley. Mobley over to an open LeVert, who knocks it down. That is a big shot from Caris LeVert. Charlotte Hornets looking for an answer here. Gordon Hayward has the ball. He's going to find Alonzo on the roll. What a lob. And Alonzo Mourning is going to finish it home. That's a huge play there. Defensively, though, Hornets got to remain disciplined. You can't let a shooter like LeVert get open again. Mitchell fakes, swings it over to Mobley. Now, Mitchell gets it back. He's defended by Brandon Miller. Donovan Mitchell, one of the most dangerous players in the clutch, gets the screen from Evan Mobley. D. Mitch, he fakes the three and finds Evan Mobley wide open. Both defenders were too committed to Mitchell, and that led to an open dunk for Evan Mobley. LaMelo Ball bringing it up, gets the screen from Alonzo Mourning. LaMelo gonna find Mourning in the post. Mourning going to work on Evan Mobley, but Mobley, one of the better defenders in the NBA. Mourning's gonna fade, and he banks it home. Oh, man. Alonzo said the bank is open, and the Hornets remain within 2. It's been a back and forth affair here in the clutch. Donovan Mitchell has it. He's defended by Brandon Miller. D. Mitch gonna take the short jumper and miss. Mark Williams secures the board. The Hornets are very much in this. They can tie with a 2. And there's the 2-pointer. LaMelo to Miller to tie the game. 42.2 seconds remaining. Donovan Mitchell gets the screen from Allen. Mitchell finds some room in the mid-range and misses. The Hornets are in an advantageous position here. Tie game, and they have the ball. LaMelo gives it to Mourning in the post. Alonzo going to work on Evan Mobley. Mourning steps back in the mid-range and misses it. Now the Cavs have a chance. Garland pushes the pace a bit. Now he's kind of slowing it down. Gives it over to Mitchell. The Cavs, they can hold for the last shot here. Donovan Mitchell gets the screen from Mobley. Very little time left, and he's open for 3. Donovan Mitchell knocks it down. 1.2 seconds to go, and the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to take a 3-point lead here. This is enough time for the Charlotte Hornets to get a shot up, but they're going to need a 3-pointer, of course, to send it to overtime. Ball goes into LaMelo. LaMelo has some room, and he misses it. That was actually a great look for the amount of time they had, but the Hornets, in a devastating loss, are going home in Game 7, meaning that the Cleveland Cavaliers are headed to the NBA Finals. Donovan Mitchell, 35 points and the biggest 3 of the game. Brandon Miller had a big game. He had some nice cuts in the clutch. Alonzo had that nice little bank shot in the clutch, but it's not going to be enough, and the Hornets are going to lose. What a story that would have been if they made it to the NBA Finals, but instead, we've got a Cleveland versus Phoenix Finals. D. Book, Bradley Beal, Shawn Marion, KD, and Nurkic are the first 5 for the Phoenix Suns. And then for the Cavs, it's DG, D. Mitch, Bruce Bowen, Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen. And in Game 1, the Suns are going to make a statement, winning by 19 points. Dominant win from Phoenix, and their scorers were hooping. They had 4 guys score 25 plus. And in Game 2, the Cavs actually found themselves with a pretty big lead, but then the Phoenix Suns came fighting back in the 3rd quarter, making things close for the 4th. It is a 3-point game here with a little over 25 seconds to go, which means the Suns have a chance to tie it. Ball is going to go into Durant. Durant gives it over to Beal. Beal is defended by Donovan Mitchell. Bradley Beal is just slowing things down, wasting some time here. Is he really that confident he's going to hit the shot? He pulls it over Mitchell and misses. I don't know what they were thinking there. Garland, first free throw is cash. Second one for Garland is also good, so the Suns are going to need a miracle. Booker brings it up the floor over to Durant. Durant, 3-pointer is good, so maybe they have a chance. If you're the Suns, you want to foul really quickly here, and you're also going to need a missed free throw. LeVert's going to the line. Caris LeVert, first free throw is cash. Second one for LeVert is also good. So this one is over with. The Phoenix Suns will lose. They actually did hit a 3 there, but it didn't matter. And now our series is tied up at 1 apiece. And with the series all tied up, this game 3 is going to be very important. Whoever wins it gets a 2-1 series lead. Right now in the fourth quarter, there's a little over a minute left. Suns are up by 5 and they have the ball. So the Cavs are going to need to put together some quick stops. Book gets the screen. He's going to pull the midi and knock it down. That's a big shot from Booker. Donovan Mitchell working on Bradley Beal. I mentioned earlier, he's very clutch. He's got an open look from 3 and he misses. If the Suns score here, this one might just be over with. Devin Booker gives it over to Bradley Beal. Beal back to Book. Shot clock starting to wind down. Screen's going to come for Devin Booker. Booker uses it, pulls the 3, and hits. GG's, man. Booker was clutch for the Phoenix Suns there. I mean, we just saw a couple plays for them, and Book was hooping. And with that Suns win, they've got a 2-1 series lead headed into Game 4. Cavs can't afford to lose this one, or they'll be down 3-1. And it looks like the Cavs got the memo because they won Game 4. Book had 37, but it's not going to be enough because D. Mitch had 38. Garland had 25 and 17, which is ridiculous. So now we're all tied up at 2 apiece, headed into Game 5. This is going to be a momentum swinger for the series. And the Suns came to play in this one. They get a big win. Booker, 41 points. So in Game 6, the Cavs are forcing elimination. They, of course, are looking to force Game 7 here to have a chance to win the series. And it looks like Cleveland's going to do exactly that. Darius Garland, 31. Evan Mobley, 27 and 16. D. Mitch, 25, 10 and 7. Great performance from their squad, and it all comes down to this. We've got a Game 7 in the NBA Finals. And in Game 7, the Cavs are going to win. Donovan Mitchell drops 50 points to win them an NBA championship. So Merry Christmas to Cavs fans, and of course, Merry Christmas to all you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.